In the front, we have already put on a different axle. This part here lifts up, so this wheel is up higher. And these springs, we changed out these leaf springs. And so they don't push down quite so far. And so that also lowers the truck. And as you can see, the axle actually sits on the bottom of these springs. So a person could, if you had room, put the axle up on the other side of those springs, and that would also lower the vehicle. I wanted to show just how close that tie rod is to that tire. We'll step back and this is the reason why we are going to replace these tires and wheels so that we can change the back spacing. The back spacing is the space from where the wheel bolts on to the back to how far it sticks out here. So if you can change that back spacing, let's say the back spacing where it bolts on is like right here and the back is here. If you can move this back over a little bit, and you can put on a little bit narrower tire so it doesn't bulge out. Come here. If you look over here, see how this wheel is, but see how the tire, when it hits the road, it kind of bulges out a little bit. See? So one at a time, you do each individual leaf spring. This is a little bit different from the front. The front, the axle is underneath the leaf spring, and in the rear, the axle is on top of the leaf spring. So when you put a block under here, this axle raises up in the wheel well, and that lowers the truck because the wheels are now up higher into the wheel well than they were before. All right, first things first, I like to wear gloves. It's also very important. Okay, so I'm going to use my breaker bar. I'm going to use a little extension. Use the end of a jack handle. And I'm going to see if I can get this nut to loosen up. Now, I have not used any PB Blaster, but we'll see what we can do. I'm gonna reposition my jack a little bit here. It's important to not have too much tension on that spring. Just enough to keep everything out of harm's way. Now, I don't really have enough room to get my impact gun underneath there, so we have to do it the hard way, but it's gonna be a little bit safer. So we're just gonna keep going like we were. I'm gonna just keep loosening up these bolts, these nuts. Gonna use this hammer. There's the old U-bolt. All right. One interesting thing about this truck is the use of these lever action, knee action, shock absorbers. Now, I don't know if these are double acting or single acting. It always only feels like it goes in one way. But after this year, they went to a normal shock design that we're so used to seeing now. But this truck utilizes these. Sometimes violence is the answer. Nice and easy. You have a hole right here and a pin right there. If we run out of battery, you tell me, okay?
Okay.
I'll take a hot chocolate brick. Recharge it. We'll just go until it doesn't go anymore, okay? Now, the important thing here is to tighten these up evenly. Now that we are done with our chocolate, now the fun part. Ready for the fun part?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the fun part is?
No.
Fun part is we're gonna put the wheels on a little bit, just to get an idea of how it looks. Just gonna snug these on just to get an idea. Then go to the other side. The wheel. Use your toe to lift up the wheel. Don't hurt your back. Nice and easy. I'm doing this for a couple reasons. Gotta check for clearance. Nice. So, want to make sure I don't rub on this fender. Want to make sure I don't rub anything up underneath. Want to make sure you have lots of space in between there. And lots of space between the tire and the fender.